Pump shot number 2 from Jon Rothstein. Huge college basketball journalist and guy who, he always tweets, Heath Ledger quote, and here we go. And, this is March, or he tweets like once a week or weekend. Some people have hobbies. I watch college basketball. Jon Rothstein goes on Pardon My Take a lot. He tweeted last night, quote, sources, as Indiana continues its search for a new basketball coach, one prevailing theme is that the Hoosiers are considering multiple candidates with ties to the program's rich basketball tradition. Okay, so you see that, you hear that, and your mind starts to get racing. Who would be somebody who's in the coaching realm right now, who has an understanding and ties to the history of Indiana basketball? Dane Fife from Michigan State. Used to play at IU back in the day, was on their last Final Four team in 2002. Could be that. Are we still going to get the Steve Alford talks that come out? I don't even know where he is. I think he's in Nevada. Yeah, I think he's coaching Nevada right now. Could this finally be the time that Steve Alford comes back to Indiana and turns it around there? I saw my boy Riggs. He said Tom Coverdale. We talked about that last week. Give it to old Big Red. I tweeted out Tom Pritchard. Remember him? Biggest T-shirt of all time. Big Tom. Nah, I don't. Last time I checked, he's working for the Pacers. I don't know. But, I mean, you think in the coaching realm right now, like I said, Dane Fife, Steve Alford, Brad Stevens didn't play there. He didn't coach there, but he grew up in Indiana. There's many ties, obviously. So I just find it interesting, though, that Zach Kiefer from The Athletic, IU grad and journalist for The Athletic, he came on last week, and we were talking about this after the news of Archie. And one of the things he took away from the postseason press conference after they fired Archie was they kind of said, we need to get away from that. Like, we need to stop looking in the past and stop looking in the past and then move on and find our future. In a week's time, that's changed. Now are the boosters saying, nah, we don't agree with that? The boosters and the alumni are like, nah, we don't want to go get a Chris Beard or the Musselman guy from Arkansas, or Nato's from Alabama, or Porter Moser. I mean, got to feel pretty good about them going to the Elite Eight, right? Oregon State's hot. They're 12 seed. You think eventually it's got to run out. Nobody's playing better than Loyola Chicago right now. Apparently they're not into that. But then I'm just thinking, again, I feel like there's just limited options for somebody who's already in the coaching field right now, who has these ties and these understandings to IU. And maybe you can help me out. Maybe there's something that I'm not thinking about. Isiah Thomas. Fred, I live in Indianapolis, bro. Live in Indianapolis. Thad Matta. I mean, we got from Heath, Thad Matta. If he's healthy, maybe. From David, I heard Isiah Thomas is a front runner. Whoa. Obviously an IU legend, Isiah Thomas, won the national championship in 81. I mean, I feel like a lot. I mean, I kind of even forgot that he went there. I mean, just because he's such a big name and he was such a legend even in the NBA and had such a successful career, that I kind of like, oh yeah, he did go to IU. Now, granted, it was like 40 fucking years ago. So, my dad was like 7 years old when Isiah Thomas was winning there. So now we're getting arguments in the chat about Isiah Thomas from Fred. Oh. Fred, Isiah Thomas has been a shit show everywhere he has went. From Heath, no to Isiah, no to Woody. That's what I said, Mike. Dane Fife, maybe. I mean, that is the most logical to me. Think about a guy who's been under the tutelage of Tom Izzo, who has been in Big Ten basketball, who's been kind of waiting in the wings for an opportunity like this. Like I said, was on the last Final Four team, gets all the Indiana stuff. I mean, that would be my first instinct after seeing what Rothstein said last night is, it'd be a guy like Dane Fife. But then does somebody like Dane Fife, even crazy as it is to say, does he even want the job? His first big head coaching gig, is back at the place where it's like, oh God, not only am I from here and I was on the last Final Four team, but now I come into this shit show dumpster fire of a program where I have to figure out how to make it to where we get back to the Final Four. I don't know. Isiah Thomas, though, I had to do some more research on that. I've seen in the replies to Rothstein, just different people, sending pictures of Isiah. So I don't know if that's a front-running thing from just fans and people on Twitter, or if there's actual reports and thoughts that might be something that happens. Yeah, from Mike. I don't even know if Moser would leave IU for this point, which is so sad. We're talking about Porter Moser, the head coach at Loyola Chicago. And again, you're right. I mean, you make a fair point. This dude went to the Final Four 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. Right now, again, like I just said, feel like he's got a pretty solid shot to head back to the Elite Eight. Nobody's playing better than Loyola Chicago right now. And so got a good thing there. Sister Jean's rolling. Why leave Sister Jean? She'll put a fucking hex on you, dude. She'll smite you with God. With God. From Heath, again, Moser could be Archie 2.0. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is you're thinking you're taking a smaller school guy, like a mid-major kind of guy who's shown a lot of success, and then can they translate it to a blue blood, a bigger program? I'm just ready. I need some names. I feel like I have not seen any reliable sources, besides Jeff Goodman's dumbass, who's, again, I'm not an IU guy, but it's like, dude, you're not funny. I haven't seen anybody who's like, okay, here's some people that IU's talking to. Here's some people that they're eyeing or targeting or have reached out to. I haven't seen any of that. Nothing reliable in terms of that. The closest thing I saw was from Rothstein last night. It says it's important to have the understanding of the rich tradition of Indiana basketball. From H. Lewis, Isiah, nah. Remember coaching the Pistons? Not good. Yeah. How does he relate to players now? Can he still do that? So that's what I need. I just need somebody to say, all right, they've reached out to the people of Dane Fife, and even if it's Isiah Thomas, I'm just like, I want some names. Damn it, give me some names. Yeah, he says Goodman hates IU. Yeah, he just thinks that it's like a funny troll job and that he's really snarky and clever on Twitter. And he coached the Pistons. Eesh. Coached the Pacers, right? Coached the Knicks. I remember that. I was young, David. Sorry. I don't know. So we'll be on IU watch. We had Juju watch last week, and now I think from now on it's just going to be IU watch in terms of the head coach. Oh, thanks, Jordan. It's all right. I mean, we're just talking about this right now. It's not going to be the whole show, but I appreciate that. Thanks, dude. Yeah, so we're going to be from Juju watch to IU watch, and that's what we're going to keep an eye on. So Rothstein says multiple candidates with ties to the program's rich basketball tradition. Just as candidates, no names. We'll keep an eye on it.